Ethan had always placed unwavering trust in his wife, Emily. For 7 years of marriage, they had built a steady life together in their quiet suburban home. Ethan ran a small gym, devoting himself to helping others feel stronger, safer, and more confident. Never once did he imagine he'd need to summon that same strength within his own home, the place where betrayal would cut the deepest. It began subtly. Emily working late more often, hushed phone calls, unusual charges on their joint account. Ethan, patient by nature, brushed it aside. He told himself it was stress, coincidence, anything but suspicion. He wanted desperately to keep believing in the love they had cultivated over the years. One evening, while checking the security footage from his gym cameras, Ethan caught something unexpected. A camera that angled toward their garage happened to catch a view into their living room. What he saw made his chest tighten. Emily wasn't alone. She sat with another man. Too close, too familiar. Their laughter, their touches, their whispers unmistakably intimate. This was no innocent friendship. It was the clear evidence of an affair. Ethan replayed the footage again and again, each time feeling the wound cut deeper. Shock tangled with anger. How long had this gone on? Who was the man? And why had Emily chosen lies over honesty? The next morning, Emily smiled across the breakfast table as if nothing had happened, chatting about ordinary errands. Ethan, swallowing his turmoil, stayed quiet. He knew he had to move carefully. One rash word could ignite a confrontation he wasn't ready for. So he watched. He waited. Over the next few days, the cameras revealed more. Late-night visits, hurried phone calls, secret exchanges. Piece by piece, the truth became undeniable. This wasn't a single mistake. It was a second life Emily had woven alongside the one they shared. The woman he loved, the mother of his children, had been living a lie beneath the same roof. Ethan's mind spiraled with rage, confusion, and grief. He revisited every memory, every late night she claimed was work, every whispered conversation, every unexplained outing. Each recollection now told a story of deliberate deceit. What stung most wasn't just the betrayal, it was the boldness of it. Emily had continued her charade, confident he'd never see through it. But Ethan had proof now. Irrefutable. And that gave him control. Determined, he tracked down the man using the scraps of information he could gather, names from phone logs, social media traces. A confrontation was inevitable, but Ethan wanted it precise, calm, decisive. Meanwhile, Emily carried on her routine as if her double life were perfectly secure. She laughed at dinner, played with their children, exuding the arrogance of someone convinced her secret would remain hidden. Then came the night Ethan chose to act. He invited the man under the pretense of a casual meeting. Violence wasn't his goal. Truth was. Dignity was. When the man arrived, Ethan displayed the footage on his laptop. Every stolen kiss, every whisper, every encounter replayed before their eyes. Emily entered, her face draining of color as reality crashed down on her. She stammered, scrambled for excuses, but the evidence spoke louder than any words. Her secret, once her shield, was now her undoing. Ethan felt both sorrow and release. Sorrow for the love and trust that had been destroyed, relief in finally facing the truth head-on. Above all, he felt empowered. Because betrayal only holds power in the dark. Once revealed, it loses its grip. The following days were heavy. Emily begged, promised change, tried to twist the narrative. But Ethan was unmoved. He secured his accounts, changed passwords, documented everything. Every screenshot, every recording, every message became not just proof of her betrayal, but a record of his clarity. This wasn't vengeance. It was protection. A rebuilding of self. Emily attempted charm, tried to rewrite the story, but Ethan was no longer blinded by love or denial. He understood now. Betrayal doesn't only wound, it teaches. It forces you to see what you ignored, what you tolerated, and what you truly deserve. One night, Ethan sat with his children and gently explained that adults sometimes make mistakes, and while hurt can happen, families can still move forward. He spared them the ugliness, but left them with the lesson of trust, honesty, and boundaries. Soon after, Emily left quietly. No shouting match, no dramatic exit, just the silent departure of someone who had gambled everything and lost. Ethan watched her go, feeling an unexpected peace. Weeks later, he walked through the neighborhood with a new sense of freedom. He reconnected with old friends, picked up photography again, took weekend hikes, cherished simple family dinners. The wound remained, but so did the resilience it forged. The camera that once captured his pain had become his weapon of truth. It hadn't punished Emily, it had revealed her. And Ethan realized that truth is the sharpest justice of all. He survived betrayal not by clinging to bitterness, but by confronting reality and reclaiming his worth. In the end, Emily's affair was uncovered, but Ethan gained something greater. The unshakable knowledge that dignity is never stolen. It can only be surrendered.